evening. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's World Cup Waffle episode 3. People said it wouldn't last, a bit like my marriage, but they were wrong, because we're back with episode 3 of what's going on in this year's 2026 World Cup. Yet again, we are in the More Muzic Radio green room next to the studios, and this is particularly prevalent tonight because when I introduce my guest in a couple of minutes, it will just become clear of why we love this particular radio station so much. But first up, as usual, it's the headlines and the lowlights. England are through. England drank their own bongo and fortunately crept past Congo. I think the mango was out in the first half, but are we a one-man team? Don't think so, but last night really tested us. We'll come on to where they're going in the future, but England have made the last 16, and again, we're going to discuss the consequences for that entire country for Monday morning. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Oh yeah, Germany and Netherlands. It would be remiss of me to laugh at Germany and the Netherlands. I am actually slightly disappointed because the Netherlands played some really good football. Germany didn't. Cheerio! Go and join Scotland, go and have a party somewhere. We don't care. We really don't. Belgium had a lucky escape last night, and I'm quite glad. Because I didn't like Ghana. Senegal. Didn't like the Senegal team. Didn't like their attitude. I thought they were chucking themselves all over the place. And that this will be the last time this great Belgian team are together. You know, you look at some of the players now, finally, they got the bit between the teeth and showed some testicular fortitude. That's easy for me to say. And they gave a great escape, and they're going on for one of the more interesting last 16 ties in that they're going to play the USA in the next round. I'm firmly Belgian that night. One of the funniest moments of the World Cup has occurred this week, and if you haven't seen it, I beg you, check it out. And the Canada will come on to Canada! South Africa game, they were doing the Mexican wave, and there was the lady who I thought initially she was being filmed for her attractive good looks, shall we say, and she didn't. As she bounced up and down doing the Mexican wave and lifted her arms up, you watch her left hand, her mobile phone disappears into the crowd and there's yet stands down below. Absolutely hilarious. And then she realises, and apparently she's still not got it back. Results. Coaches are quitting left, right and centre. It's only a matter of time before the Germany coach quits. Steve Clarke has gone. Because poor old Scotland have got beat. I'm going to come on to Scotland and their supporters in my rant. I feel sorry for Steve Clarke, actually. Genuinely do, because there's a good manager in there and there's some good quality players. You look at McTominay, you look at Robertson, John McGinn, some good players in that Scottish team. They let him down badly, in my opinion, in this World Cup. But they are your highlights and lowlights of the week. I've got to come on to my special guest now. We've said this every episode, including the preview show. We record this in the More Muzic Radio green room. More Muzic Radio is a Cambridgeshire local radio station that works in the community, there's the clue. But it is the brainchild of one man, and we've mentioned him on every episode. The only reason I've mentioned him so far is because he's sat to my right. No. He's a gentleman, Mr. Matt Page. He works tirelessly for this community, and he made, and I'm not joking, made this radio station. He's an absolute legend in the town of Whittlesea. Came from Peterborough, which is always a good thing, into Whittlesea, and he has done nothing but good for the community. He runs this, he's allowed us to do this, so it's only right we have him on. Matt Page, good evening, welcome.
Good evening to you, Dave, and thank you very much for that. I feel a bit embarrassed sitting here when you say that to us, but no, it's great.
Well, I've said nothing that wasn't true.
No, as you see it, there's a lot of people out there that would say different, believe me. Right, I'm looking forward to our chat this evening. I haven't followed the World Cup so much this year because I thought there was too many teams, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
There's 64 teams. I'm glad, as you said, that Germany are out. I'm very very glad that Holland are out, because I'm not that keen on that.
Okay.
No. They've once again, like you said, Germany, Holland. I think we're just seeing the start of the develop of the African nations.
Yeah.
Because the way they're going, and I think it's only maybe another 2 or 3 World Cups before they're winning it.
Well, it could happen this year, I think. There's a very strong possibility.
Yeah, they do play well. The comments you made about England, I thought England last night, to be truthful, were very poor.
Yeah.
They can't rely on one man to do it.
No.
I think, is Tuchel the man for the job? I don't know. I think from years ago when I played football and when you played football as a kid, you could slide tackle people.
Yeah.
You can't now.
There's no physicality.
Because if you slid and missed him, it was hard luck. Now it's a free kick or a booking.
Well, I think last night, this I mentioned the Belgian-Senegal game. Senegal, I mean, you expect it. Players throwing themselves like they've, they're on the ground. Like you even see it down at Posh or even occasionally in non-league. It's normally Nigel when he's at Peterborough Sports and they've conceded another goal, throwing himself to the floor. I've said, I've not mentioned him yet. Cole the goal is behind the cameras and doing the producing.
Yeah.
We're going to bring him in later on because he's got some humble pie to eat later on during this podcast. But the Senegal players were really bad for it last night, Matt.
Yeah.
And I'm actually glad that Belgium pulled off the most unbelievable.
Great ending, weren't it?
Yeah, it really
Absolutely.
was. Literally the latest goal in World Cup. But you say about England, and you were right. I've never rated or wanted Jordan Pickford. I would like James Trafford to start in goal. Yeah, Nigel's making he's got. I mean, it is a standing joke amongst Premiership footballers, the little arms joke and the little arms chant that they give him. But last night, that actually showed it up with the concession of that goal by his near post.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I think Rice, Bellingham and Kane would be lost without. It's a backbone.
Because I don't think Saka's all that, is he?
No, not at the moment. I think he's injured. I think he's coming off a long season.
Yeah.
And I think they're knackered, to be fair.
Well, it's the rumour I heard that Juventus are in for Saka.
Really?
Yeah, and Fray Bentos are going to buy the rest of the England team, but that's another story.
Yes, that's one. We will have more to come. Trust me, if you know this man, they're coming. Brilliant. What I'd like from you, first of all, we mentioned More Muzic Radio, and I want to do it again. You're proudly emblazoning the logo. Nigel has worked with the YouTube. We got awards. If you look around the screen room, there's awards and events that you have done. And you have a team, you will always say that. You always give credit to everyone who helps you, but having worked for you, under you, with you, around you. Yeah, no, around you. I know how you like it to sound, but it's a mixture of all of those. I know that you've got the sleeping habit of a hamster, and you are always on the go. Talk to us about your just 2 minutes, quick précis of your career and your life in and around music, promoting, and the radio station.
The jobs I've done in between.
Well, we're not got that long.
No. I mean, I started off years ago at Butlins, working there at Minehead, and worked my way up through Butlins. I came back to Peterborough, picked up roadieing for people, doing different things, and then just developed into doing a show, bringing on to that, working with bands. I've worked with some good bands.
Yeah, haven't you?
Yeah, I've worked with the likes of Bucksford. Well, that takes the good out the window, doesn't it? Worked with Bucksford. I worked with Shawadi Wadi and a few of the old.
You've worked with named artists.
Yeah, named artists. Yeah, you're right there. And I've also there's been some good local stuff as well. Not a lot, because as I've got older and learnt more about the game and the standards that's required, we lack badly in this area, I think. So much so, I think you get the odd ones down there at Sunny Honey.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
I used to be a karaoke singer, but I'm all right now. For 100 quid. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But getting back, I mean, I played a lot of football when I was younger on here in the town. I played for some good sides. Played with some great players. None of them really ever so famous. Good local people. And I used to follow Peterborough United all over the country, right? I've been to the great heights of Crewe on a Wednesday night where it's poured down with rain, and if it's not on corrugated sheeting or scaffolding, it didn't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
It was that bad. And I've been to some good things, you know. Peterborough this year, I know we're going a little bit off the World Cup.
No, you're all right.
Peterborough this year, I think the man's done it. I think how it's changed football. Years ago, when we were younger, you would see a manager come into a team and he would get 3 years. He would get a year to save the team and keep it in that league. He would get another year to buy players or get players in to progress further in the league, and then the third year, the final year, that was the push for promotion. Nowadays, if you ain't done it after 10 weeks, you're gone,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think, whether you like him or not, you talked about Posh, but Alex saved Posh definitely last year. If they'd have carried on under Fergie on that team. But the biggest thing is development, and we'll see. They've started to bring in a few new players, and we'll see. Only time will tell. Me and Cole the Goal will be looking at that come August, ladies and gents. So keep your eye out for that. But More Muzic Radio, quickly, before we go on to more on the World Cup, is a local radio station based out of a Fenland town. And I'm right in saying you literally built it from scratch.
I built it, and I do say this, yes, it started from scratch, but I built it with others. People like Cole the Goal, yourself, when they all came here. Reese and Martin, who came here, and we've lost one or two, but as you know yourself, they come back, which I'm glad to say that you're back with us.
Hell freezes over, Matt, doesn't
it certainly does. But it's, I think the reason we are a success is because I give everybody a chance to say their words.
You do. I can say hand on hand.
Say their own things. And we all go out at Christmas, apart from Nigel, who don't come out at Christmas.
Well, he's only got one pair of black tracksuit pants.
He has,
I can say hand on heart, I learned as a radio presenter an awful lot working here, and that has allowed me to progress and find out progress, develop, whatever, however you want to put it.
Well, Nigel deserves a lot of credit.
He does.
He really does, because when he first come here, it was in and out, do or done it. But he's developed this side of it, and he's took the station to another limit.
Yeah, don't tell
He
me.
really has. Yeah.
No, he has. Anyway, right, we'll get back to World Cup Waffle. That is really fascinating, and obviously we'll give you a chance to plug where people can find MMR before the end of the show. So you mentioned about your World Cup so far. It's been difficult to watch, hasn't it? Because of the timings, not because of the football.
Yeah. One team, got to be France.
100%. Yeah.
I watched them on TV the other night, and they're just something else.
They are.
They're just something else. I haven't seen a team play like that for years.
Because to be fair, even Brazil, everyone was big in this Brazilian title, and I've got to give Cole the Goal credit. I think he was dashed by not a good draw, but Japan. If you looked at the end of that first half with Japan playing Brazil, Japan, there was only one winner, and that was Japan. But it's all right, calm down, we'll bring it in a minute. Hydration breaks, yes or no for you?
No, for me, I think it spoils the game.
You're a traditionalist,
aren't you? It is. I mean, the way they've done football now, like I said, I don't like the tackling situation, as you said, when we were younger. You could go out, you could slide and tackle a bloke. If you missed him, the bloke could jump on and keep going.
Yeah, but they wouldn't.
Now, penalty or anything there.
VAR, Carl, can I ask you, Cole, actually, bring you in here. VAR has been, and this showed in the England game last night, has made very conscious efforts, particularly now we've got in the park the bus stage, because it is park the bus this round, because some of the weaker teams are just going out to try and play for penalties. The VAR doesn't seem to be getting as involved as, say, it would back here in the UK.
Well, that was a nailed-on penalty last night.
Was for me. I don't know how that feels.
And
nailed on.
And that was VAR's big chance to make it its entry into the tournament, and they bottled it, in my opinion.
I don't normally like doing this, but I thought the ref was very, very left-handed last night. And I don't normally say that because I don't genuinely believe referees are bent. But England got nothing from the 50-50 decisions. Nothing. They all went one way. That's anyway. And the prices as well. It is, Matt. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, do they reckon that in certain towns or cities in America, once the football match is on there, the prices shoot sky high in the towns as such. So
Right.
if people are going for a burger, where it might be, if there's no game, it might be a tenner.
And then because they know they're going to get punters.
England, yeah, it's 20 quid or something like that.
Wow. Well, I mean, seeing the prices in the ground in the warm-up games of $20 a pint.
A pint?
A pint.
Cool, it's American beer as well. Cool.
Yeah, but Scotland didn't mind, did they? Mind you, England are doing a fair effort as well.
Yeah.
We must say, I saw the footage of the England fans at baseball. They copied the Scots, but they went to baseball straight after the Congo game. Yeah. And I think it was Atlanta, the Braves. And they were singing their songs, but they, rather than Scotland, were singing their own football songs. They were making songs up about Atlanta in the football style.
Really?
Yeah. And the commentators, there's a clip on YouTube, the commentators are praising the England fans, going, we don't understand what they're singing, but we know they're getting behind Atlanta.
The only thing that's come to my mind of this World Cup is the song at the end and what they do at the end of each game.
Yeah.
You know, like, you watch it more. The rowing one.
Norwegian rowing song,
Yeah,
which the players start, and they've actually got a drum that the players bring out to time, so they all do it together.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I'm just waiting to see if when I go and spend my first 3 bookings there or first 3 days at Peterborough United, what they're going to do.
And they've got a winning game.
I'd like to see the shirt doing it in the middle of Peterborough.
We're going to go a little bit local with the next question for Matt. What do you think to the new badge for Peterborough United?
I think, to be honest, I haven't got a fault with it. The best strip I liked
Go on.
was the Argentinian.
I
thought that was class.
Cole, what have you written to that badge?
I love the badge, and it's just really interesting, isn't it? It's all calming down now. People won't buy it.
Last week's fish and chip paper or last week's internet. Very good point.
I think because it's the big unwinding of the away strip, isn't it, Saturday? Yeah. So we're going to see.
It?
Yeah. I don't know what colour. Yeah, I didn't know what colour that's going to be, or
probably. To me, I left one of these. I'm throwing one back to the old Police Dog section bar in Northern Ireland. Still has a Peterborough away strip on the roof.
Oh, the old Peterborough.
Yeah, I have one of those, and I donated it when I left Northern Ireland.
And so was Abby's bar in Thailand.
Is it? Is that one of yours?
Can't say.
I'm quite
It's a dirty boy. It really is.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're single and you've got a lady friend in between, say 40 and 60, call the goals on that.
Oh, a bit older than that, I'd say.
Right, sorry, we digress. So, Mr. Page, you're going to enjoy this.
Go on then.
At the start of this series of podcast vlogs, whatever you want to call them, we're very grateful for you personally tuning in. Myself and young Nigel, Cole the Goal, had a little bet. We picked our dark horses for the tournament to see who would go further. And we had 10 of the King's pounds on it. And I had Canada. And unfortunately, Cole the Goal had Brazil. No, he didn't. He had Japan. And they got beaten by Brazil during the... And I have to say, I honestly thought they were going to turn Brazil over.
I did, yeah.
But, Nigel, are you ready? Do you want to come in front of the camera? I know you don't like it. Oh, hello, here he comes.
She ain't get it, she ain't bro.
Well, okay, well that worked well for the edit, didn't it? Nigel was supposed to pay me the £10 at that point, but however, I'm sure it'll come in time. And that, and I'm going to talk about this with Matt right at the end of this podcast, is being donated to a charity event for More Muzic Radio on the 27th of December in the town of Whittlesea. A soul, ska, 60s, Northern, Motown.
Yeah, Motown, everything.
All, if you're of a certain age group, you will absolutely love this in a nice club in Whittlesea. I don't think that's a contradiction.
No, it's Sadie's. She's done it up nice. It looks really nice now.
So that tenner will go towards the in the pot for that. Because I hadn't got the heart to actually take real money from me to give it to you instead.
Yeah.
So we go on to the prediction league. Go on, go.
I haven't got the heart to give you real money.
To be fair, I'm not normally allowed out with it.
No.
We move on to the Superbru League, which is what we've been doing. We've got teams in, we've got lots of people who've entered teams in, and we have a prize for the biggest riser of the week. Now, we actually had some conflict this week because there were three. My wife, Cole the Goal himself, but we've given the winner to, and he's down ironically in Heacham, and I'll be presenting him with it at the weekend, Mr. Gary Mason, who is now second in the league.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got a new leader. Well, it's not Gary, it's actually leading, joint top. I've got to give an honourable mention to also No Next Some Sense, which is More Muzic Radio's own Andy Surtees, who has come up, who's shot up the league, and he's done that without actually putting any fixtures in, so he's done really well. That's not to say the app's crooked. And World Cup Monday is now starting to... I've got a complaint because I actually got 4 points in 2 games and dropped 2 places.
Right.
I genuinely did, so I was like, that's not right. So I've given it up now. So if you want to, what we'll do, because we're close together, I'll double or nothing under the tenner, Cole the Goal, and then see who finishes higher, and that can also go in the pot for that charity event in December.
Absolutely.
Yeah, are you agreed?
Yep.
Good
absolutely.
lad. So the winner is charity.
Yeah, all round.
Yeah,
and that's what we're all about.
Yeah. So, right, okay, now, I'll get your opinion of this at the end.
Okay.
At the end of this. My rant. I have a rant every week, and this one has really ticked me off. All through the World Cup, we have been praising the Scottish fans. Quite rightly so. They drunk Boston dry. They famously went to Fenway Park and took it over. They've been good ambassadors. They cleared up the rubbish. Blah, 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 blah. We can do all the good stuff. But this week, Scotland, you are in Duds' firing line. Because you miserable toe rags, you have actually been moaning, and it's not just one or two. There have been lots of people moaning on social media. Well, it was the group's fault we didn't get through. We didn't get a good group, an easy group like England or whoever. There's been a lot of this. It's been coming forward on the football forums. Scotland, get this into your heads. You played 3 games. You had 1 shot on target for the entire 3 games. And that was deflected. You scored 1 goal, which was deflected. You ain't going anywhere with those sort of stats, except the good nature that you brought on yourselves, and stop moaning just because England are left. We all get it. Real English football fans get you're never going to support us. Honestly, we don't give a stuff. I certainly don't. I'm reasonably certain Cole the Goal doesn't, and Matt will speak for himself in a second. But please, lay off it. Have some dignity and accept the plaudits that you deserved. Mr. Page.
If you're talking about Scotland, really, I think, to be honest, they never have been a good footballing side. They've never had the chance to actually... They've got some good players, but to me, they've never played as a team. If they had, they'd have been up there. And that's plain and simple.
That's what I mean about the stats. The stats, it wasn't like they got taken apart by Brazil. And they didn't play in the second game, so they were never going through.
No, never. Yeah.
So maintain some dignity, young jocks, and take the plaudits that you deserved for your group stage, and everything will be all right again, and England will carry on. So we come to Monday morning, 1 o'clock. England in Mexico, a place where they've been beaten twice in about the last 40 years.
Yeah,
It's going to be an easy game.
Altitude, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. What do you think?
England to lose 2-1.
Unfortunately, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think.
Call the goal.
England win 3-0.
Can I laugh?
If you want.
He's always been a bit simple.
No, he's good.
He's been.
I must admit, I'd like to see that 3-0.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I just don't think we're there. We rely on too many or not enough people to get us. So we got the 3 class players.
I'll be honest. If you offer me extra time on penalties now, I'd snatch your hand up.
Yeah, I would go with that.
But what's been happening, literally, and it's been happening even as I came into the studio tonight to meet Matt, to meet Nigel, things are changing in the country because fair play to Thomas Tuchel, like him or not. I was particularly intrigued when I got up, put the telly on this morning, and there he is saying, "Parents, keep your kids up to watch the game."
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I watched that.
And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's Monday morning. However, the country's changed. The country's coming round to that. Pubs are being given licence to open slowly. So Harry Smith School, which might not mean something to you, but it's our local big comprehensive. Can we say comprehensive in 2026?
Is it comprehensive or is it?
Is it high school or
I don't know.
Whatever. But the local big school, over 1,000 pupils, has said on Monday morning that pupils may come in for 10 o'clock for less than 2. They can have a lie-in to allow them to watch the game, which I think, and they've actually stressed this is not us putting football over education, but rather being realistic to get as many in on Monday morning as possible.
I can see that side of it, yeah.
So the country is changing. There's going to be, I think there'll be street parties, I think there'll be pubs. It will almost be like a New Year's Eve, to a degree. What are your thoughts, Nigel?
I think workplaces should come out and do the same, and I don't think they've gone far enough to have a child up from 1 o'clock till probably about 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
An hour in the morning in bed is not going to cut it. It should be all morning. Let's get behind the team. Let's get the country.
I agree with that.
Let's everybody have a morning off.
Well,
I agree. I agree entirely with Nigel. I think for me, I'll give him the day off. But I think as a country, we don't give enough to create the big atmosphere.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I mean, we're in a market town that is crying out for a big screen.
Yes.
You know, I know Wetherspoons and the Buttercross will make a fortune, but it's crying out for a big screen too.
It's not wrong.
A big family thing, you know. Yeah. We were on the Cathedral Square on Saturday, and that leaves itself open for a big screen. They have them there sometimes.
They have apparently I think it's somewhere in Warrington. They've got a bit. Haven't they got Nigel and Peter where they've got an England fan zone?
Yes, it's the Willow Calf in Central Park.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's an ideal place, isn't it, for a big screen?
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, because I believe I had friends who were there last night, so I'm going to presume that they're going to get the licence to do it at that time of the morning. Whether they'll be able to serve alcohol, I think is probably arguable, but
not sure. But Willow Calf sorted it out. It's too expensive. £8 to get in.
Is that what it was?
Really?
£7 a pint.
That's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. Should be £8.
And we're moaning about the Americans.
Yeah, it should be £8.
Yeah, that is a bit.
So that's really interesting. Thank you for that, Nat. So he has his uses, doesn't he?
No, it's very good, very good. Yeah, but I mean, £8 a pint. That's too much.
Right. We're gonna wind down a little bit, but I want to play a game with you, Mr.
Go on then, far away.
Matt Page 1-on-1. We're going to calling 2 names out, and he's got to pick one immediately. If he wants to elaborate, he can do so at the end. It'll become clear. So, like, I would say to you, Peterborough or Cambridge, and you've got to pick one.
Yeah,
okay?
Peterborough. Yeah,
obviously, but that isn't in it this week. However, here we go. I'm looking forward to this. Let's start Messi or Ronaldo.
Messi.
Sweet. BBC or RTV?
I think they're both terrible, but I will go with BBC.
That's a fair comment. Reece or Martin?
Both. Evens.
You can't have that. Band or disco?
Band, if it's a good.
Yeah,
Yeah. If it's a good one, yeah. If not, just go with a good DJ.
England or Scotland?
Oh, that's foregone conclusion. Wales. No, Scotland. No.
He tied himself up.
Yeah, England.
Kane or Shearer?
Ooh. Shearer.
Interesting. 60s or 70s?
60s, I would go.
Caravan or tenting?
Oh, well, I've just been on one, haven't I? Hotel. I'll tell you I'm there.
And finally, this, ladies and gentlemen, should give you some insight into all of these, give you a little bit of insight into Matt's personality. Finally, red wine or whiskey?
Both. That sorts it. Yeah, I like to get.
Because you're the governor, you get that. You're supposed to pick one.
But back to the Kane thing and Shearer.
Yeah, come on.
I think Shearer as a commentator would make a very good plumber's mate, right? But I don't think for what he's done a fair bit. But for me, I mean, I don't think he's got the right really to slag Kane.
No, I definitely agree.
No, I think that's unprofessional.
Nigel and myself have discussed this at length with sport in general, where just because you've been a top of your game world-class sportsman doesn't mean you're very good at punditry or commentating. No. I'll give you some examples. Michael Owen. Michael Owen, Lee Dixon in this World Cup, and Olivier Giroud. They've all been not the best. I'll be polite and say not the best. So that, I think, but as a player, that was meant as a player. I should have maybe qualified that, and Matt fortunately went the right way.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for playing one-on-one.
That's good.
Where can we find you? How can we get hold of you? How can you get involved? You get involved with More Muzic Radio, or even just listen to it, because you're always welcome.
The best way to do that, you can get us off the internet, because we are only internet based at the moment, but we are going back for DAB.
Right.
And that's at www.moremusicradio.uk. And it's music spelt with a Z, but it's all one word. You can get us on WhatsApp. You can also get us on the internet, once again, which is moremusicradio@gmail.com with the Z. There's just YouTube. If you go onto YouTube is absolutely brilliant because it's all been put together. You get to see the station.
Yeah, you do.
We are after young, very young, or not too young, but young youths to come in.
Learn how to be a radio presenter.
To come
Matt will teach you.
Oh, he remembered that he's playing on the age again.
Yeah, he is.
On the WhatsApp, 07778 639 427.
That's an ad-lib from Cole the Goal. Well done.
Yeah, he got in there and he dropped it in. Yeah, he's playing on my age now, right? And so he's trying to get me, but I do not wear black tracksuits.
You can also get Matt on Facebook. You can get More Muzic Radio on Facebook. It's got a very healthy following. Please like and subscribe to anything that involves More Muzic Radio, because it is, without a doubt, worth getting behind. And I'm now sort of semi-part-time. But I've seen the good that this radio station does, and I would support it wholeheartedly. That basically brings us to the end of episode 3 of World Cup Waffle.
Thank you.
We are leading into the end of the last 16, and when we reconvene in a week's time, we'll be last 32, we'll be well into the last 16, and England will have played. I'd like to thank Matt Page, obviously.
It's been an absolute pleasure, thank you.
Next week on the show, we are via computer. We have another we're pulling out local legends by the carrots from the ground. We have, next week, Paul Staten. If you don't know who that is, you should do. He was the presenter of the breakfast show on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire for years, but what people don't know is that he was a sports reporter with Radio 5 Live. He's a huge football fan, and he has now, since getting unceremoniously got rid of by the BBC, the director at Peterborough Cathedral for putting events on and promoting. So we've gone from one top-class promoter to another top-class promoter, but of different ilks. But he is a huge, like Matt, huge football fan, and we're getting his take. His voice, you'll enjoy his voice more than my drill sergeants. We're really looking forward to having him on. And then in 2 weeks' time, the pièce de la résistance, and I'm getting the plug in early, we have Neil Razor Ruddock, ex-Millwall, Tottenham, and a Liverpool legend, live on World Cup Waffle. To say I'm nervous about that will be beside myself, but I cannot wait for it. Thank you to Matt. Thank you for watching. Thanks to Cole the Goal, More Muzic Radio, the Green Room, all the good stuff. We will see you in a week's time. Thank you for watching. My name's been Duds. You already knew that. Have a great World Cup week, and come on, England.